Hello and welcome to another edition of A Vermillion Reasons, Indiana. I'm James Hunt Jr., your host. And we're talking to folks who work with the Western Indiana Community Foundation. And this is our second guest from there. And we're talking about what they do, how they got involved with the foundation, and kind of what we need. They're there to help the community. It's all about local. Think local. And that helps. You start small and you grow big. That's something that I believe in. And we, of course, here in Vermillion Reasons, appreciate the Western Indiana Community Foundation, of course, very much as they sponsor the show. So I'm talking to the director of finance. We're going to find out what she does, how she got involved with the foundation, and just about her community. And her name is Nikki Cheuvront. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, James.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I was telling off camera, you guys. I was like, I like her glasses, but I love your look. It's actually very Los Angeles. I can see you living here, and like us having mimosas, like at brunch. I love your.
Yeah, that seems like my vibe. I would like that.
See, there you go. I love that. So good morning, and so we're going to talk about. So first of all, how did you get involved with the Western Indiana Community Foundation?
Well, it's definitely kind of a personal story. I worked in Vermillion County. We have two school districts in Vermillion County, North and South. I worked in North Vermillion Community School Corporation for close to 10 years. I worked at the elementary school, I worked at the corporation office, and I also worked at the high school. I have children that have went through, some have graduated from North Vermillion. I actually have still one. I have one that is going to be a freshman in high school. Worked at the school for many, many years. And my stepson, who lived with my husband and I, was tragically taken away from us, as I call it, a little over 3 years ago in an automobile accident one morning on his way back from, he had gone to baseball practice in the morning at school. And on his way back, he was in an accident about less than a mile from the school. And at the time, I was working at the high school. And after, his name was Cameron.
Hi, Cameron. Yeah, he's watching. He's watching.
The best kid ever. After Cameron passed away, my husband and I wanted to do something to keep his name out there and his memory alive. So we came to Western Indiana Community Foundation to set up a scholarship fund in his name. When people pass, it seems like, everyone wants to help. He was 16 years old. He had just gotten his driver's license a couple months prior to his passing. He played sports in school, so, it's a small community, so everyone knows everybody. And our community in Vermillion County is amazing. And a lot of the way that people know how to help is by donating, making food or donating, $20 here and there. And we had some fundraisers that people had set up for us, family. And there was money donated to us. So we thought, what do we do with this money? And this is what we've done with it, is we put it into Western Indiana Community Foundation. We have a scholarship fund called the Nikki Cheuvront Memorial Scholarship Fund. So that's how I met all my current coworkers, was when I set this fund up. And a couple of months later, I had seen that they had an opening for a director of finance. When I worked at North Vermillion, that's what I did. I was the treasurer at the elementary school. I went to the corporation office. I worked under a corporation treasurer, did payroll, that kind of thing. And then I went to the high school and was the treasurer at the high school. And it was kind of hard to be at the school after everything happened. It was just, a lot of memories. So when I saw this opportunity come available, I thought, this is amazing. It was a great opportunity. I applied. We're a non-for-profit, so it's great. We constantly give out money to these amazing causes. So, why wouldn't you want to work here? So I applied, and Carrie, Director of Finance. So it's led me to this amazing place, and it's great.
Yeah. Well, number one, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah,
I lost a brother 8 years ago.
yeah,
And just it's like just way too young, and just kind of like what is going on here? Changes the family, and people donated and stuff also for him.
yeah,
Just like you want to do, you do feel like this calling, like you want to give back somehow. Like it's like
yeah.
you don't want them to like live in vain, so to speak. You just want
Exactly.
to
And
give.
we just don't want him to be forgotten. So it's a great way to do that. So, yeah.
Well, but here's the thing. This is a perfect segue. First of all, thanks for sharing the story. Of course, I know it's painful. But also, so how, if someone wanted, how easy or hard is it to do that? Is to set up a scholarship to work with the Western Indiana Community Foundation?
Super easy, super easy. Um, Honestly, we came in here, my husband and I, and we didn't really know much about, what it took to set up a scholarship or, um, how much we needed or, how or where to funnel these funds that we were getting donated to us. That was the major thing is, you don't really want to be in control of all this money. You want it to go somewhere that they're responsibly using it. So
Yes.
we came in and spoke with Dale, our CEO, and Kim Eaton, who at the time Kim handles scholarships, grants, and at the time she handled all the financials. Spoke with Kim, and they were like, any donations you get, just forward on to us. We'll start, the scholarship fund. Normally, we require $10,000 for a scholarship to be endowed, which basically means that we're investing the funds in the stock market and it's making money. It has to be invested for a full calendar year before a payout. You get a certain percentage of a payout, and that's what you give away as part of your scholarship. So the great thing about it is you're never spending the principal of the scholarship. So this scholarship, my husband and I's grandchildren, um, you know, our children that we still have will be able to give this scholarship out for years to come, and his name will live on and his memory, hopefully will be passed on in this scholarship. So it's a great thing about it is that the principal never goes away. So this scholarship will always be.
Well, I'm learning something new. I'm learning something new today. So I know for our listeners and the viewers, this is great. I never knew that. That does sound great. And so the scholarship, what is it for exactly? So who's it for?
The great part is when setting up scholarships with the foundation, the donor can set certain criteria. For Cameron's scholarship, my husband, Ty, and I, we decided that we wanted someone. Cameron was more of a hands-on type boy. He was a 16-year-old boy. He liked to work on boats and he liked to go fishing and, work on his truck and that kind of thing. So we definitely wanted to include kids that were going to trade schools to be part of it. Any kids, that were going to a 4 or 2-year college even, we wanted to include them as well. So we've given out scholarships to kids that are going to junior colleges. We've given out scholarships to kids that are going to major universities. And we've also given out several scholarships to a lot of Cameron's friends, actually, that are going to like lineman school, electrical apprenticeships, that kind of thing. So it's kind of wide variety. You set the criteria, grade point average, if you wanted them to play sports or not. I mean, there's just different criteria that the community foundation allows you to set when you set up the scholarship fund. So it's great. It's great.
Well, I want to say personally myself, I believe in trade schools. I say all the time, now especially, go somewhere because some of college is expensive, but everybody can afford it, right? Or afterwards. So go to a trade school or junior college. That's another thing. My grandson's going to junior college, and you learn something right there, and then chances are you can go right into a job.
Absolutely.
It's, you know,
Yeah.
I love that. That's automotive, that's nursing, that's, you know, all kind of trades that's out there.
Oh, all kinds.
Yeah, all kinds. So
All,
I love that idea. I think it's a
all
great idea. I like
kinds.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with junior colleges. There's some good programs in junior colleges.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
Absolutely. And, being from a small town, or small community, small town area, there's a lot of kids that it's just easier to live at home and commute, half hour to Terre Haute or Lafayette or somewhere nearby that has, an Ivy Tech or, somewhere for a DAC. Over in Illinois, a lot of kids go there for a 2-year program, get a degree and, get a really good job off a 2-year degree. It's
yeah,
great.
oh, yeah, I totally agree with that. So, folks, I always show this on the show. I've been to Vermillion County several times now, and so I see how small it is compared to Los
Right.
Angeles. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so the thing that got me, Nikki, was I'm like, at nighttime, I was like, that's what got me was nighttime. Because it's like so quiet.
It's very quiet.
But my thing was, you know what I noticed, Nikki? I was like, nothing flies over. Like there's no airplanes, no
Uh-huh.
helicopters, no. I mean, there's birds, but like at nighttime, I saw stars. I was like,
Yeah.
I was just something flying over my house or something, or something flying nearby. That just that everybody laughed at me because I thought that was the thing that caught me. It was like, no, it's not. Because daytime, it's a place to live, the right to do this stuff. Like nighttime, nothing happening.
It's quiet. And it's funny you say that. My college roommate, she was from California. And of course, we would always talk about differences. And, she said that when she graduated high school, I think it was like 15,000 kids that graduated, something crazy. And she said there was kids that I had never seen in 4 years of high school that were graduating next to me. She said it was the craziest thing. So I brought her to Vermillion County um, one one summer, and the first thing she said was, "Holy cow, you can see stars at night." And I'm like, "You don't see stars at night?" She said, "No, not out in California." She said, "It's you don't see them." Cows was another thing she had never seen up close, like in real life. She had never seen a cow. Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. Well, because I guess I've been to farm, but I guess that's true. You don't really see them. I mean, it's my thing also was there's not a lot of fencing.
And
My yards are fenced in. I have a
oh,
fence. I have a
yeah.
fence, chain link fence around my yard,
Oh,
or wood fences. It's just always every house almost definitely has a fence. So it's kind
oh,
of like no, here it's just wide open, and just
yep.
your yard is over here, and my yard's over there, and it's like that was also something I was like, that's kind of crazy. So it's funny. Yeah, no, I love it. But no, I love it there because I have noticed, in all seriousness, the smaller areas like Clinton and Lafayette and all these little areas over there is a community, and
Mhm.
I've grown to like Western Indiana. Actually, I've been to Terre Haute. I found family there. Actually, I didn't know I had. I ran to a cousin. I was like, well, I heard my name. I go, who knows my name in Terre Haute? I don't know anybody here. And it turns out I have a cousin that I know whose family
Yeah,
from that he was there. It was crazy.
interesting.
It was very crazy. But I'm living here that this is more than just because there's more than just farms. It's more there's farms and agriculture there, but it's also there's hospitals and there's police and there's firefighters, all this stuff. So you guys are all
Yeah.
part of that community thing. And one of the things I want to ask you because it's kind of I always laugh at because I'm not good at math. So were you always good at math?
Um,
So you're into finance and
no,
stuff all the time. So
yeah,
you know,
not really. I think I'm more data entry. I'm like a data entry person, and I'm a person that has to have an answer for everything. I'm not really a gray type person. Either it's black or it's white. There's no in between. Like it's a right or a wrong answer. Like you can't have it. So that's why I like numbers, I think, because it's a definite answer. And if you don't have a definite answer, then you have to problem solve to get that answer. Um, I like problem solving. I know that sounds weird, but I like trying to figure out why something's not right. I like to dig and, yeah, figure it out. I don't know. It's really odd.
no, I like that. It was like a fixer. You like to fix.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know that at all. So when you guys are so as director of finance is one of your jobs with I know with others that work there to help determine who you work with, who you collaborate with. Is that something you do also? Is that part of that or like who?
Um, no, that's more about Dale, our CEO. He's kind of the donor development behind the foundation. He's the one that really talks to uh, potential donors and gives them the information that we have. Every once in a while, we'll be brought in on a project or something that's um, fairly big, but a lot of times, it's kind of how much they're going to give, the way they're going to give, look for this or look for that in our checking account or bank account. But um, yeah, he's really the donor development. But, Kim and I get out there every once in a while and talk to donors as well. But yeah, he's really the face of bringing those people in.
But you're the one who so you handle budgets. You handle is that yours? That's yours area. You're like
Yeah. Yeah, I pay all the bills for the foundation. I pay out all the payouts every year, for the scholarships, for any of our unrestricted funds. I make payouts. Any of the grants that we make, I pay that money out to different grantees. And then I also, obviously, I reconcile our bank account every month. And then I also do our investment reconciliations, all our, CDs, our equities, that kind of thing from our fund advisors. I do all of that as well. So, yeah, a lot of numbers.
that. No, as I said, are you got? I'm like, I mean, I got to deal with numbers. Just have my own business, but I'm like, that's like what's the finance stuff? People do like payrolls, like that's a lot of
Yep.
numbers.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. Well, the good thing is there's only 5 of us in our office, so payroll is not too hard yet. So we are growing. So
yeah, so say you guys are growing. Yeah, you guys are growing, and I love
yeah.
that. So, what would you tell somebody if they wanted to go into financial management? I'd say okay, because I know that there's two. That's almost two different questions because you're working for a nonprofit. It's for profit, nonprofit. You've done both, obviously. You've done both. So, well, first of all, I guess the first question would be, was like working for a nonprofit versus a for-profit? And the second question just would be, and I'll remind you again, the second question would be, what advice would you give somebody who wants to go into financial management for a company?
Well, definitely the difference between profit and non-for-profit. The non-for-profit world is I can't tell you, I can't even explain how exciting it is sometimes to be able to help the different grantees that we donate money to. And it's just, I mean, it's all over the board. We donate to little leagues in the area, parks in the area. We also donate to food pantries in the area, which is amazing. Churches, Betty backpack programs for the kids at school. We donate a lot of money to the school districts in Vermillion and Fountain counties. So it's great when you get to go on those. When we hand out the money, a lot of time we make those check presentations. Taylor, our marketing director, and Kim Eaton normally go, but every once in a while I'll go with them, and it's so amazing to see someone light up because they know that you're giving them money to help their cause, and their cause is so near and dear to them. It's just amazing. So that's definitely a plus working for a non-for-profit. It's so different.
I wonder. I mean, for me, because I'm an emotional person. As I've gotten older, I've gotten softer. And I know that. I mean, even when I'm helping someone out in my business, and I am a for-profit, obviously, I'm just whatever. But I'm helping my business, and they're like, "Oh my God!" You really feel, you feel them feeling the chance you're giving them.
Yeah.
Let me go over here. I'll see you guys later. Let me go over here and like just shake out tears. So it must be interesting for you too to see it sometimes. See that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's. I mean, just like I said, the scholarship part of the foundation is what really gets me. Is seeing some of those kids up there that may not have all the opportunities in the world to go to college because they're not able to pay for this or for that, and to be able to help them a little bit extra along the way is just, yeah, seeing that is just, yeah, it gets me emotional when you go to these awards programs for seniors and hand out all these scholarships. It's just, it's amazing. It's great.
It's the best. It's the best.
Oh,
What advice would you give somebody who wants to go into financial management for a company, whether it's profit or non-profit? Is like, what any kind of advice would you give somebody?
well, that's a hard one. I guess really just, I mean, numbers, like you said, was I ever really good at math? I wouldn't necessarily say I'm good at math. I'm good at a calculator. I will give you that.
Okay, I got one. I
I'm
got
very
one.
good at with the calculator. But you know, just learning in the system. I mean, nowadays with technology, most companies have a accounting system in place. And I'm I feel like I'm a fairly quick learner. And I also feel like I said, I like to have an answer. I need an answer to everything. I'm a very visual person. So I think just your willingness to learn and to be patient, we have to definitely be patient on finance.
Yeah.
There's times when I go to reconcile our, investments, and, reconciling over $40 million can be frustrating at times because the numbers just don't add up, and you've got to go through and find that one number that's off. It
Yeah.
can be very frustrating, but patience.
I agree with
But
that.
yeah, you have to be a problem solver as well.
Yeah, I agree. Those things are good. That's a good advice, and I think that's folks, and because when you do find an answer, it feels so good.
It does. When you get those numbers to line up, yeah,
It does.
absolutely.
It does. I mean,
Yeah,
it does. I love it.
it's so dirty to say, but
Yes.
oh,
Yes, I read it.
but
Nikki, thank you for your time. I appreciate you. This is great, and I just think I love the foundation, and I'm happy to keep showcasing the foundation as we're going to do on this show. And thank you for your time, Nikki.
well, thank you so much, James. It's great to talk to you, and thank you for showcasing the foundation and getting our name out there. Great cause and great company.
I agree, and I will continue to do so. Folks, this is our podcast. We are here every week. We come out every week, and you can follow us on any of the social media platforms. And also, we're on any of all the streaming platforms too, from iHeartRadio to Apple, Spotify, Google. Well, no, Google's gone. Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio. It's all there under a Vermillion Reasons Indiana. Also, the YouTube channel JLJ Media on YouTube. So yeah, just check out there. We have all kinds of other shows too. We have other Vermillion County based shows like the Ernie Pyle Museum podcast. That's also from there too. So check that out too. Like I said, I know a guy from Los Angeles, but my heart, I left it in Vermillion County. That's how it is. It's there. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next time.